RealAgriculture.com's coverage of Crop Week in Saskatoon is brought to you by FarmLink Marketing Solutions, BioVision Seed Labs, the Canadian Wheat Board, and High Stick NT.
Okay, Mike, the big USDA report, I guess that's the current news. We saw markets go up quite a bit today. Just sort of give us a bit of a recap.
Got to tell you, I had some apprehension going into it because the January report is one of the biggest data releases of the year from USDA, and it has the potential to have extraordinary influence on grain markets, both bullish and bearish, depending on the year. Last year was an extraordinary bearish result. But this year, the numbers came in and reconfirmed, I think, in the trade's mind that supplies on most of the major commodities, whether it's corn, soybeans, and even to some extent on wheat, are in a tightening scenario. And it emphasized again to me that we have a strong demand element in a lot of these markets, and that pace of accelerating demand is moving at a level that the pace of rise in supply is having a hard time keeping up with. And that scenario is still playing out, and we had a very bullish response in terms of price today as a result.
So what did we see in regards to projected U.S. crop intentions?
Well, for ending stocks for this year, USDA suggested that ending stocks for soybeans in the U.S. are going to be down to 140 billion bushels, which is very tight, one of the tightest stocks-to-use ratios in U.S. history. Corn down to 745 million bushels, again, maybe a 6% stocks-to-use ratio, and that is grossly tight. Wheat, a little less so. The U.S. wheat supply is a little more favorable and didn't have the quality issues that we saw in other regions of the world, like Canada and Australia and Europe this year. But the global situation on wheat is suggesting a tightening response, and that to me is probably giving it some follow-up momentum to the broader soybean and corn markets.
Does this set the grounds for what's going to happen for the next couple of months, where will people look at these numbers and use this as the base for the upcoming battle for acres?
I think it does. I think it sets the tone for the grain markets, and going forward, the key issues now is a realization of the tight stock scenario, especially from a U.S. perspective, but also from a tightening stock scenario from a global perspective, that is in play for the remainder of old crop. So now the situation reverts to South American weather conditions, for one, in Argentina and Brazil in particular, on how their soybean and corn crops develop for the remainder of what is our winter and their summer. And then we get into the acreage battle that we see evolving for 2011. And as I mentioned to the group earlier, I didn't want to sound too 2008-ish about it, but it seems like every one of these commodities needs the acres. And so there is potentially quite aggressive market action that could evolve out of this to try to attract those acres.